Unit 4. The Changing World. There was no difference between man and animals in the olden days. He had no knowledge of reading and writing. His behavior was different. With the changing times, he gained knowledge and changed the world. In this unit, we learn about how man's knowledge started to increase, how he had developed machines, how he started to live healthier and longer, and about the greatest personalities who inspired us. 1. The growing knowledge. The difference between man and beast is that man has the capacity of thinking, whereas the animals do not have. This rational faculty enabled man to progress. With his observation and skills, he learnt many things. At first, all his experience and learning were passed on orally from one generation to another. Then his knowledge increased and then raised the problem of retention, and he felt the need for writing. That was how man started writing. Writing. The early man did not know the art of writing. It took thousands of years for him to learn it. He made paintings in the caves in which he lived. So, painting was his first form of writing. He painted the pictures of animals and objects which were familiar to him. Later, after several hundreds of years, pictorial scripts came to be developed. The earliest pictorial script was used in Egypt and Mesopotamia 5,000 years ago. Later, such scripts were developed even in China and Japan. India's first pictorial script was developed during the period of Indus Valley Civilization, which was found on the seas. The experts have been trying to uncode the scripts. The Brahmi script that was found later formed the basis for the modern Indian scripts. The modern scripts like Devanagari and some other Indian scripts are based on the Brahmi script. In these scripts, sounds are represented by letters or alphabets. Numbers. Like writing, the story of numbers is also a long one. In the beginning, people used small stones or pebbles to count the animals or other objects. As the times have changed, slowly they learned to count with fingers. It is said that the number system was first invented by Indians. Indians were the creators of the numbers from 1 to 9. The credit of inventing zero also goes to the Indians. The Arabs who came to India for trade described those numbers as Hindasa. Slowly, the rest of the world learned the usage of the numbers. Paper. There was no paper previously. People wrote on the clay tablets. A sharp pointed tool was used for writing on the clay tablets. The barks of the trees like birch tree, palm tree leaves, and plates of copper were used for writing. The word paper is derived from the word papyrus, which was made of the skin of the reed. It was developed first in Egypt. Later, papyrus became paper. The usage of paper came into being only after the invention of printing press. Presently, wood pulp is used to make paper. Printing press. The invention of printing press by John Gutenberg of Germany in 1450 was a landmark. It helped the rapid spread of knowledge. Printing of books, magazines and newspapers became possible only after the invention of printing press. At first, printing was a very difficult task, but now it has become easier and the quality of printing has also been increased. The script of the blind. In our five sense organs, eyes are the most important because without eyes, we cannot see. There are blind people who cannot see and read like us. To make reading an easier task for the blind, Louis Braille invented a script known as the Braille script. It consists of dots deeply engraved on a paper. A blind person touches the letters on the script with his fingers and starts to read. Literacy. This script is a great merit to the blind. Literacy. The literacy of a country determines the progress of a country. Many countries have high literacy percentages. 50% of the people in our country are illiterates. If our country needs to develop, the people should be literate. So, it is said that education is a key to progress. Hence, education should be given weightage. Let's revise the important points. 1. The difference between man and beast is the man's capability of thinking. 2. Indians were the inventors of zero and numbers, which were called by Arabs as Hindasa. 3. The word paper is derived from the word papyrus. 4. John Gutenberg invented the printing press. 5. The script of the blind, called as Braille script, is being used by the blind people. Do these. 1. Answer the following questions. Conceptual understanding. 1. When and why did the people start writing? Answer. With his observation and skills, man learnt many things. At first, all his experience and learning were passed on orally from one generation to another. Then his knowledge increased and then raised the problem of retention, and he felt the need for writing. That was how man started writing. 2. How were the animals counted in the past? Answer. People used small stones or pebbles to count the animals in the past. 3. Write a short note on the origin of paper. Answer. There was no paper previously. People wrote on the clay tablets. The word paper is derived from the word papyrus, which was made of the skin of the reed. It was developed first in Egypt. Later, papyrus became paper. The usage of paper came into being only after the invention of printing press. Presently, wood pulp is used to make paper. 4. How are the blind people able to read? Answer. To make reading an easier task for the blind, Louis Braille invented a script known as the Braille script. It consists of dots deeply engraved on a paper. A blind person touches the letters on the script with his fingers and starts to read. 5. Why should education be given due importance? Answer. The literacy of a country determines the progress of a country. 50% of the people in our country are illiterate. If our country needs to develop, the people should be literate. So, it is said that education is the key to progress. Hence, education should be given weightage. 2. Fill in the blanks. Conceptual understanding. Three. State whether the statements are true or false. Conceptual understanding. Oh no, do it again. You have won. 4. Project work. Ask the students to try to write about 3 scripts and name them in their project book.